go, guys. You're live. I'll pull it up. You're live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to River Falls High School. We're here out at the softball park for today's high school softball game between the River Falls Wildcats and the St. Croix Falls. What's St. Croix Falls' mascot name?
You know, that's a good question, Greg.
There's
I'm
no
not
programs.
Sure. I was right over by their
The scoreboard's not working, but we have a live broadcast. I know that. We'll figure it out. Well, alongside Paul Aderman, I'm Greg Peters. We have Steve. Is Steve's last name pronounced Pollinger?
Pellinger.
We got Steve, and he can hear us talking. He's waving, giving a thumbs up. He's over there on the first base side. He'll be your photographer today. Teams are warming up. We're about ready to start the action. First broadcast out at the softball park, Paul. What do they call it? Does this field have a name?
You know, I just call it the high school field, high school softball varsity field.
Well, a couple things we got to do, and that can probably pump some money into the program. We got to get a donor and name the field. That would be one bonus, I guess I would throw out there.
I'd say I'd be in, but I hope I don't die soon.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of have to not be around. Well, we could get somebody that's alive with a that's flush with some cash and they have an affinity for high school softball. I'm gonna hop on the internet right here and on my phone so I can hear the chats. If you want to say hey, if we mispronounce some names or something like that, and you're watching from St. Croix Falls, please you can go in on the chat section. I'll be able to see that. It's a little bit behind, but we'll be able to get that. But we're excited, Paul, to be out here doing some softball. We're up in the press box. It's a sunny, nice, warm day. It's a little windy, a little breezy. Wind's blowing out to left field. We could see a couple of home run balls today, couldn't we, Paul?
Well, sure could. Yeah, there's a good wind coming from the east here, and that's pretty much going right to left field. So definitely a good chance for that. Is there if you think about playing softball or baseball, there is such an exciting moment when you're doing warm-ups.
Yeah.
I mean, that is it. I'm just watching these guys out there, and they're all just pumped up. You know, everybody's winning right now, so they're pretty excited. You can see it.
Hey, and before, do you want to put a headset on real quick, just for a second? Here, they're right there. No, they're right here.
That's okay.
Well, what I was going to say, so St. Croix Falls, they're the Saints.
Yeah.
So the Saints are in action, but we have the Godfather himself up here live in the booth. He helped us get the broadcast going, and not only on his way out the door, he went by down and found the mascot name for us.
The Saints. I just went right into the crowd, Greg.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to come in dumb. I said, that's not too hard. I said, what do we got for the mascot for St. Croix?
Yeah, the Saints. Well, we're used to doing football and basketball games, and they always have
there's
rosters.
programs, there's pregame stuff. Yeah, here you just kind of come out kind of raw.
Yeah, it's old school.
That guy kind of gave us a nasty down there too, because where's the programs today?
Well, he's
yelling at us like we have anything to do with that.
He's a recruiter and a scout for St. Mary's University.
Oh yeah, he was on us right away, wasn't he?
He comes to the girls' basketball games all the time and is scouting players.
It's been a while since I got a side eye in the broadcast booth. I got a side eye from that fella.
Yeah,
he was not happy.
Yeah, we're volunteer for the River Falls Sports YouTube
broadcasting.
Network,
have nothing to do with that,
and we're getting beat up over not having game rosters.
All right, Greg, I'm going to head out though. Okay.
Hey, thanks for all your help today.
You guys, I'm so proud of you guys to get this thing going. I'm a little verklempt. It's awesome.
It actually was a piece of cake, except for just getting the Wi-Fi out here.
That could not have been any said any better by Greg Peters. It's a piece of cake.
Yeah.
All right. Here you go. Have fun, guys.
Yeah. Well, hey, thanks a lot again, Kevin. Well, Paul, so Wildcats had it sounded like I talked to Jordan Schwans at the baseball game on Friday for a little bit, and she said they played pretty well, but they dropped a couple to New Richmond, which New Richmond, a lot of the coaches, the BRC coaches, picked New Richmond to either finish first or second. But talk about some of those games, kind of what went on, and did Audra pitch both games or?
Audra pitched the full first game, 3 innings of the second game. I think she threw 155 pitches.
Is she going to be able to go today?
Yeah, I will say about Audra, she got up the next morning at 5:30 and went and worked out at ETS right after that, which I wondered. But
she's a machine.
Brenna Clifton, who's a freshman, came in after her and pitched very well.
Yeah.
Threw the ball around the strike zone. And, like you said, New Richmond is a super solid team. their pitcher in their first game is lights out.
And her it's Maddie Parker, if I remember
No,
talking to.
that's Eau Claire.
Oh, Claire.
Yeah.
It's
Kennedy Yoakum is her name.
Yeah, Yoakum. That's right.
And then they got a couple girls named Swanapools that are studs.
There was it was like an all-name team too, and you'll know this. It was like Briar, or there was a.
Yep, Briar. It's like Briar Blitz or Briar something like that.
You can't beat that name.
Yeah.
You?
Oh, and you can't. You wouldn't believe how good she is. I think she's going to St. Thomas.
Yeah, she's a big time.
But
player.
she must have had I don't know. She had 6 or 7 hits in the game, I think. But their first 6-7 players are really tough outs, and they're fast too.
Yeah.
A lot of times you have good hitters. But they're not necessarily screamers, but they got 3 or 4 kids right off the bat that just fly.
It was 4-1 was one of those, and 5-3 or
4-1 and 5-3.
5-3.
Yep. It was 2-2 in the second game for quite a while, and they kind of squeaked it out. For the beginning of the year, New Richmond had just been down to Clearwater, and I think they played 6 or 7 games down there. So we probably had maybe 2 outside practices, and that was before spring break. And you could see they were, New Richmond was geared up, but as the game went on, we were right in there. So I was actually pretty excited that it was that close. And I don't want Coach Smith to ever think it's okay just to be close.
And I actually was going to go. One of the comments I was going to make too was that in years past, and you've been there, like you've been through some of those games where you're. Just kind of building this softball, the Wildcat softball program back up. I mean, I'd come out here and watch games, even 3, 4, 5 years. It was, 30-2 and stuff like. So you never, it's not like you're happy with a close game like that. But and I think River Falls, their softball program is kind of those days are done.
Yep.
Like those 30-2 days, those are long gone. And it's and losing a 5-3 game, you should get a little salty about that.
Yep. Agree.
And I think. A couple, and I was talking with when I'd written the story on the softball team last spring, and talking with the girls, they said, hey, last year, so it'd been 2 years ago, they were sort of happy. Hey, we kept it close, we played well, they were, and that's kind of the sort of the maturation of a program. Like you always have to hit that. Yep, you might be getting beat up, and then you improving, but you're in games and it's competitive, and you might not win, but you're still competitive, and then you flip to the winning, which they did last year. They win 17, 18 ball games last year, something like that.
Yeah, I'm terrible at remembering
it's
records.
right around there.
I think they won 9 non-con. They were 9-1 in non-conference, and maybe 8-7.
It was
like
right around 16, 17, 18 ball games, but yeah, they. But then, this year, they dropped a tough one to Ellsworth, which I've heard they're, pretty strong.
Yep, they had a good pitcher
and
too.
then New Richmond. But today against St. Croix Falls, I'm not sure what to expect. I know St. Croix Falls dropped a one to, I think 16-2 against Prescott, I believe, very recently. So we'll kind of see what happens, and you never know. You never know who's on the mound and stuff like that. So, but their captains are coming out. So captains for the Wildcats are Jordan Torres, Jordan Schwans, and I can't see the
Lily Burke's in there. You just can't see her between those two.
Yeah. I do see another elbow. Yeah, there. Lily Burke's there.
There's 6 pairs of feet. Six feet.
Yeah. Yeah. So while they're getting ready to go, what we're going to also do is we're going to pop up. So we have 3 sponsors. We'll have the First National Bank sponsor down there in the lower left. They helped also buy this. We have a brand new set of equipment that we got for softball, and it's like I said, for those that are just listening, it's a nonprofit organization, and we so that these are the businesses in town that have paid the money for you guys to be able to watch this. So the first one is Property Executives Realty. It's Dana and Jeremy Cudd. So we. Say thanks to them. We'll pop some stuff up, in between innings and stuff like that. We also have Johnny's Bar downtown since 1946, and there's Dave and Cheryl and their kids, and so you can talk a little bit about that. There's been so much that Johnny's has done for the youth softball program. Then you had a great quote in that story last year that you said they had 4 helmets and they were big enough to fit Fred Flintstone, and I died laughing when you said that.
Yeah, it's all true. We when I started in the youth association, we literally had about 4 helmets. They were too big for my head, and we had 8, 9-year-old girls, and Dave and Cheryl just started letting us fundraise there, and it was a thing they were doing already.
It was the
and-
50-50 raffles.
Yep, the 50-50
which
raffles.
you can do every Friday night.
Yeah.
Down there, and there is different. They'll have different organizations throughout the year, but they're all nonprofit. And River Falls softball was the beneficiary of that for years, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
long time. I can't.
Yeah.
It was pre. I always think of everything either COVID or pre-COVID, and it was pre-COVID. I know that.
PC or BC,
Yeah, right.
or
Yeah.
AC or BC. And then our other sponsor too is River City Stitch. Callie, I think what's going to happen. I know I talked with Callie. I know Cheryl Schwans was talking with Callie as well, and I think they're going to be like the baller of the game kind of deal. And
Nice.
Whether they're going to do a T-shirt or something for the girls. So I think there's some stuff in the works. But thanks again to River City Stitch. They are a female-owned business, and Callie wanted me to get that out there. So
Oh, and they're awesome. Whatever
Yeah,
you
they
want
are.
done, they can do. And she was actually, Coach Smith has said that she is one of his all-time hardest-working players he has ever coached.
yeah, I knew. Yep, she did play for Prescott. I know. And then the other thing too, like this is not a sponsor, but that Georgia Bankston's dog Buster apparently, this is new to me, but apparently Buster is the team mascot. Now we're going to have the River Falls is obviously the Wildcats, and we have a kind of a bulldog as the mascot. So I don't know how that works, but we might have to pull out the Kevin Westhouse Buster on a three-legged cat. He's all over it like Buster on a three-legged cat. So
I saw Buster the other night, and I'm not sure Buster could walk to the car without taking a break. But he's a cute dog for sure.
yeah. Well, we're going to get ready for the national anthem. The flag's out there in deep right field. A lot of cars packed up. Pretty good little crowd here. Nice day. Wonder if and then we got to get pop that up. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Kevin had to show me how to work the scoreboard up here too. That was the other thing that we tipped the cap to the Godfather too, because the other set of equipment that we have, Justin Wilson sort of dummy proofed it for me, and he has stuff taped on the buttons to go up, and for some reason this isn't working. But our public address announcer today is none other than Harper Schurz. She's a 7th grader at Meyer Middle School here in River Falls. She is the daughter of assistant Wildcat softball coach Ryan Schurz. He's also the head football coach. Ryan does a heck of a job here at the high school, as does head coach Matt Smith. We're getting ready to tee it up. Well, and then tonight too, Paul, down at speaking of Johnny's Bar, down at Johnny's Bar, later tonight it's the Wildcat 150. So the River Falls Athletic Booster Club does it's a raffle, cash raffle, and there should be quite a few people down there. I think they raised, it would be 15,000, and they're giving away 6, so it's a $9,000 profit for the Booster Club, and those dollars go to all 22 sports for the Wildcat Athletics. Oh, Harper's introducing the starters. Well, we'll go ahead and talk about the starters here. So, for the St. Croix Falls Saints, leading off and playing first base, number 5, Claire Brott, batting second, and playing left field, Maddie Johnson, batting third, and pitching this afternoon is Faith Allran, I believe. Is that Allran? Reading your writing?
Allran, yep.
Allran, yep. Batting in the cleanup spot and playing second base, Emily Glenna, batting fifth, and catching this afternoon, Riley Williamson, playing center field, number 8, Quinn Williamson, playing shortstop, number 12, Olivia Scheiman, and playing right field, number 15, Jocelyn Scheiman. And so we got, it looks like either a couple of pairs of sisters or a couple of cousins, one of the two.
It's almost like the Wanderers old man's fast pitch team.
That's
they used
right.
to have about 3 names on their whole roster.
Well, the Bay City Bombers for years and years and years, there was either like strains, and there was at one time for the Bay City Bombers town team, there was 7 strains in the start lineup. That's not a lie. And batting ninth and playing third base, looks like Larissa Chapman. So your starting lineup for the River Falls Wildcats, leading off playing center field, number 24, Lily Burke. And Lily Burke is headed to Concordia St. Paul next year. She's one heck of a player, probably one of the top leadoff hitters in the BRC. There's no doubt about that, Paul, right?
Quick as a cat, too.
Batting second and catching this afternoon, number 23, Jordan Torres. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 22, the Hacksaw, Jordan Schwanz. And an interesting thing, too, talking with some of the BRC coaches, they said that those first three hitters for the not to take anything away from 4 through 9 or whatever, but they said the top three hitters for the Wildcats were about some of the top three and around for sure in the BRC. Hitting in the cleanup spot, the first baseman, number 11, Morgan. Is it she pronounced
Kivel?
Kivel, yep. Playing left field, and number 2, Alexis Ralston. We're gonna pause here for the national anthem. Well, Paul, I think that national anthem was courtesy of Chris Stapleton, I think, wasn't it?
Pretty solid.
That was a solid rendition right there. Once again, Morgan Schur's on the public address for the Wildcats. She's playing the anthem, introducing the players. And we'll get
She's doing a great job, too. Is she in 6th grade?
I think she's a 7th grader.
7th grade.
I think she is.
The Schur's kids are only 1 year apart?
I think she is.
Okay. Well, she's doing a good job there.
We got Faith Allran on the hill for the Saints and Audrey Aderman on the hill for the Wildcats. So finish off the starting lineup for River Falls. So Alexis Ralston's going to play left field. She's wearing number 2. At third base, number 14, Ava Larson. Playing second base, number 6, Georgie Bingston. And that's Georgie is her dog, Buster's. I think he's here today, actually. I think he's here. The designated player, number 13, Sydney Kivel. And playing right field, number 25, Danielle Pollinger. Her dad, Steve, is running the camera. Audra's dad, Paul, is in the color commentating booth with me. We're going to be switching around all season. We'll have Leah Fletcher will be up here. We'll probably have Steve up here doing some commentating. I'll be doing the camera. So however we're going to make it all work. It's a team effort for the River Falls Sports YouTube network.
Well, I watch a lot of River Falls sports. Greg, you know that. I watch basketball, I watch football, I watch volleyball. And once you actually get up here and see all the equipment, you're just like, oh, my God. I've done it for hockey before, and I would, like, try to just even hand them the cords, and I didn't know what I was doing. So these guys that hook these up are something special.
Well, I tell you what, so just like a team, you have roles, and so your role is all these girls, you know the game, the softball game well, and that's what your role is. So you're gonna help the fans out along the way. That's why we have you in the booth, Paulie.
Well, it's been a long time since I played. I probably forgot everything I know.
They play. You grew up in Lake Crystal, Minnesota. They have some outstanding fast pitch softball down in the Mankato, that whole southern Minnesota
They
area.
do.
That's
Definitely
a hotbed for fast pitch softball.
Definitely a hotbed. My hometown is out by the Legion. They've got some signs of all the championships there. It's pretty impressive.
Leading off for the St. Croix Falls Saints is first baseman number 5, Claire Brott. That first pitch from Aderman paints the black on the outside part of the plate. No scoreboard up here, so I'm going to have to kind of – Paul, I tell you what, you work on – so it's 0-2. You sort of keep the count in your head.
I'll try.
And we'll
I'll do it with my fingers.
Because that scoreboard, you got Steve Manfred over at First National Bank at River Falls Field. Aderman, that's a great 0-2 pitch.
That
right
was
there,
awesome.
though.
Yeah.
Because it did miss by about maybe 3-4 inches, but that's right. You don't want an 0-2 pitch right down the middle.
Yep, right where you want it.
A little low off the plate. Good stop there by Torres.
2-2.
2-2 is the count for Aderman. Gorgeous Saturday afternoon here in early April. We're lucky with the weather. Brott fouls that one off back to the fence.
And I will say, we talked a little bit about the past couple games. I mentioned that we haven't been able to practice outside much, but boy, our defense has been really outstanding, impressive.
Aderman runs the count full 3-2. Nobody out, just underway here at the River Falls Softball Complex here on the campus of River Falls High School. There's ball 4, a little high. Brott gets a walk. She'll go to first base, and next up, the left fielder, number 2, Maddie Johnson for the St. Croix Falls Saints. Johnson fakes bunt, pulls it away. Ball 1.
Yeah, and I would say that last batter is something that's plagued Audra. She gets an 0-2 count and then tries to, not give him anything too good, and ends up walking her. So that's something she's got to get. She's got to get control of.
Well, it was a perfect 1-2 pitch, but yeah, it's just, what repertoire does she have? A little changeup, maybe a little.
Yeah, she's got change
slider.
up. She's got a curve. Her slider she can't control. It just does its own thing.
Nice bunt by Johnson. Good play at third.
Ava Larson.
Ava Larson at third. That gets the first out.
Yeah, that was a nice bunt, too.
Brott goes over to second. Nice sacrifice bunt by Maddie Johnson. Now at the plate for St. Croix Falls, the pitcher, Faith Allren. One down, top of the first. St. Croix Falls at the plate. Aderman looks in, pitch right down the middle, and hit right back up the middle by Johnson. And Brott's going to come all the way around to score from second. And let me try to get the score right here. So we got, there you go, St. Croix Falls on the board, 1-0. And next up, the second baseman, Emily Glenna. Write my score. I should have brought the scorebook.
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't. I couldn't get in my office. I didn't have my wife has my keys. Faith. What happened there?
We had a pop out to Morgan Kivel at first base, so we got 2 down, runner on first.
That was Emily Glenna fly out to. That was to first base.
Yep, Emily Glenna. Now we got Riley
F3.
Williamson. Yep, F3.
Yep. Riley Williamson, she's the catcher. She's fouls one off, almost hits her coach over in the coach's box.
Boy, Jordan Schwantz hit Coach Smith the other night down at third with a rocket.
Boy, I tell you, hey, did you? There was the UWF was playing down in Florida over spring break girls softball. Did you hear about that? And the opposing team, the same deal. Coach just a player left-handed lined one, and the third base coach, ended up she got knocked out. Got hit in the head.
I heard she was down in the hospital for like 4 days.
Yeah, but she's good though.
Good.
But Aderman gets a little fly out to kind of a little duck snort over to third, and that's Larson. Grab that one. That's for the third out of the inning. We're going to go to the bottom of the first. Let me change the scoreboard here. Bottom one. St. Croix falls up 1-0. Aderman, you walk that, walk the leadoff batter. The statistics on it. It's about I don't know about what it is in softball, but in baseball, it's like 68% of the time they come around to score.
Yep, same thing. Wouldn't have walked her. I think we'd have been all right, but we'll get a chance to tie that up pretty quick, I think.
Yeah, I'm just gonna write it like this and keep it. Yeah, Don Mewison chiming in on she says, "Go Cats." Dan Jenkins, same deal.
I think Dan Jenkins, I think, was where Steve and I went and got the nice platform for the camera, I think.
Dan and Sarah popped in, too. Sarah Jenkins, also a realtor in town. Sarah, thanks for – she sponsors all kinds of playoff games and stuff like that, too, when the WIAA charges us the $250 fee. Thank you, Sarah, for all – Sarah Jenkins. And is what somebody – that must be Westhouse popping in. Somebody asked, what are the chances your cameraman gets knocked off his scaffolding? And Steve just looked over here and gave a nice little nod. Well, leading off for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the first, center fielder Lily Burke on the mound for the Saints. Faith Allred. Allred had a RBI single up the middle in the first to give the Saints the lead. Saints got a left-handed catcher. I like to see that.
Yeah, that's different for sure. The pitcher looks like she's got some pretty good gas.
What's Coach Dulas doing up here? Hey, Chantel, how you doing?
Hey, good.
Bo Herstein's chiming in on the chat. Bo, how you doing? I might see you later tonight. I probably will at the Wildcat 150. Burke steps in. Allred fires, fouled off. Look out over in the first base dugout.
That looked like a pretty nice curveball.
Yeah, it was.
Bo Herstein.
We were trying to help out Harper, trying to get that scoreboard going. I don't know what was going on with it. It just wasn't there. Didn't seem like there was any power getting out there. That one a little low and inside. Tina, were you ever going to do that story on you?
Whenever you talk to me.
That's high. We're gonna. I thought because I've seen it, like I'm watching all these state games, and I see all the time at the home games, and Tina Monopet's sitting to my left here. She just popped up to say hi, I guess, or either that or get out of the wind, one of the two.
I don't know. I'm just making my rounds.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I thought it'd be a good story to because I guarantee you people probably have no idea about all the hours you put in.
Well, I've been here since 10:30 today.
You've been here since 10:30. Lily Burke smacks a shot off the tip of the glove on shortstop Olivia Scheiman. Paul, you're the official scorer. What are you going to give that one?
I would say it was right off her glove.
Okay.
I don't mean, and she didn't move. So
Okay.
I mean, I guess being a townie, I would say it was definitely a hit, but
She-
but I don't think so.
It was okay.
It was a rocket.
She hit a rocket. I like to give rockets hits.
Yeah, I'm game. We're not going to win any accolades by being too tough.
No.
She definitely hit the heck out of it.
She squared that one up, and I think it was kind of knuckling too, but catcher number 23 Jordan Torres at the plate for the Wildcats as Allred steps in a little low.
I would say Jordan's been swinging the hottest bat for us here the first 3 games. She's been pretty solid.
And I believe Torres led the Wildcats in home runs last year, didn't she?
Yes. Yep. Oh,
That's something different too. When you have a left-handed catcher, you gotta watch out getting a little lazy over there at first. One of our grouper catchers is a lefty. Torres smacks one to shortstop, kind of bobbles it, but she gets Burke at second. for the first out. Fielder's choice. And now at the plate, the double deuce, the hacksaw, Jordan Schwanz.
Well, she got a couple up in the air the other night that didn't quite make it all the way, but she with this wind, it wouldn't surprise me if she hit one out.
Allran's first pitch a little low and away. Schwanz ahead in the count, 1-0. One down, bottom of the first. The hacksaw, Jordan Schwanz at the plate. She gets one up in the air, and that thing will be a little high and tight. Umpire calls it a strike, 1-1.
As I get older, I'm doing my very best not to question balls and strikes.
No.
Because it just drives me crazy if I do. So I just try my best to say, okay.
Nice change up there from Allran. 1-2 the count to the hacksaw. Schwanz headed to Minnesota State Mankato next year to play softball for the Mavericks. That one about, what is it 60? What's the distance from the
43.
So that was about 42 feet. A 42-footer from Allran. 2-2 the count. Hacksaw squibs one to third. And Torres is safe, overthrow to right, and Torres will scamper down to third. Hacksaw, Schwanz gets on an error, E5. And runners at the corners for cleanup hitter number 11, first baseman Morgan Kibble. What year's Morgan? She's a sophomore.
Morgan's a sophomore.
Yeah,
she was
sophomore,
on the
yep.
Fusion. She's
Yeah,
a center, and I think her line was one of the top scoring lines in the state.
There's a strike, and
I think they had almost 100 points. And then one of her line mates, Alexis Ralston,
Yep.
right behind her.
yeah, I know Alexis pretty well. Kibble with two Wildcats in scoring position. She pops one up to short. Olivia Scheiman grabs that one, 2 down for the Wildcats. Let me write that up. Kibble.
Popped up to the shortstop.
6. Now up number 2, the left fielder, Alexis Ralston. Coach Matt Smith looking for a little 2-out single from Ralston. She fires one back to the pitcher, and Allman guns her down at first, and Wildcats come up with 1 hit, leave 2 on, 1 error, and it's 1-0 at the end of inning number 1. We head to the top of the second. Let me change that on here.
That's kind of been our Achilles heel here so far this year, getting a couple runners on and just not getting the hit to knock them in. But those will come. I just realized we can actually see what they're seeing there right in front of us. I've been standing here for a full inning. I never noticed that.
Yeah, here's what well, once again, too, we'd like to thank our sponsors this year, Dana and Jeremy Cudd with Property Executives Realty. Thank you for sponsoring Wildcat Softball. Johnny's Bar, Dave and Cheryl Dentman, thanks for all you do for Wildcat Athletics. And River City Stitch down on 2nd Street in River Falls, also in Prescott. It's all Wildcat apparel. They also have some Hudson apparel and Prescott apparel. So any type of local high school apparel, you can go to River City Stitch and ask for Callie. So top of the second, Wildcats, we're going to be, let's see, we got Riley Williamson, Quinn Williamson, and Olivia Scheiman coming to bat for the Saints. Wind kind of changed. It was blowing straight out to left. It's kind of a little more out to center now.
A little bit, yeah. One a little bit south, it looks like.
You know what I missed? We got Quinn Williamson, center fielder Quinn Williamson at the plate. Oh, yeah, that's right. Riley popped out to third.
It was a good little crowd here. That's fun
Yeah.
to see. I
Yeah,
can
great
remember
crowd.
coming out here 5 years ago, and it was, I think, me and Audra and a couple parents.
Yeah, good crowd on hand today. There's people over on the hill watching. You can see that in your camera right kind of behind to your right of the dugout.
The other fun thing is I see a bunch of the what I'd call the youth, but looks like a bunch of 8th graders over there. They'll be playing next year on the high school team, so it's fun to see them get here.
And Aderman gets a strikeout on Quinn Williamson for out number 1.
Yeah, 3-pitch strikeout, which you don't necessarily want to do.
Yep.
But maybe after the first time Audra was 0-2, she said, I'm not monkeying around too much. I don't know.
Coach, I'll take a 3-pitch strikeout over a walk any day of the week. Good location, a little low. And now up for the Saints. This is number 12, the shortstop, Olivia Scheiman. Excuse me. Yeah, Olivia Scheiman. Aderman gets a swing and strike. Went upstairs. Good discipline by Scheiman to lay off that one. Is it 2-1?
2-1, yep.
Scheiman lays off another high one. She's got a nice little rainbow color. That bat's one of the most colorful bats I've ever seen.
It is. I don't know I've ever seen one like that.
Aderman throwing some smoke. She got a little riser on her.
No, not. It kind of naturally rises when she throws high. But,
Look out.
But not that she's trying to throw, no.
Scheiman steps in. Aderman to throw. The 2-2 pitch. Oh, excuse me. That was 3-2.
3-2.
Just a bit high. And Olivia Scheiman with a walk. And now up the right fielder, number 15, Jocelyn Scheiman. That one's fouled off, hits the bar. Aderman up 0-1.
I didn't
Do
realize.
they have a concession stand open down?
I don't think they do, no.
Geez, there's a lot of people out here that could be raking in some dough. That one goes about 42 feet. Torres tries to shoot her from her knees. And Scheiman slides in safe at second. More people filing in. Former softball player of the Diamond, Cheyenne Wilson. Justin Wilson's in Aruba, by the way. Today, I was texting him a question about some
I just can't
graphics and
I can't
stuff.
picture Justin in Aruba.
Unless he was lying on his text. He said, I'm out of pocket. Quit texting me. I'm in Aruba. Aderman's fastball just a hair outside. What's the count?
I think it's 2-1.
2-1.
I might have missed one.
The Diamond Shine Wilson's talking to Tina Monopennant, our Wildcat trainer. Nice fastball right there. That's a
Must have been 2.
yeah. Jocelyn Scheiman strikes out for out number 2. Okay, 2 down, and that brings up the third baseman, number 24, Larissa Chapman. Chapman takes the ball. Aderman trying to strand Olivia Scheiman at second. Second pitch high. Saints up 1-0. We're here in the top of the second. I'm alongside Paul Aderman in the booth, and we got Steve Pollinger down on the first base side doing your crafty camera work tonight. Good work, Steve.
3-0 here. She's gonna have to battle here to get back.
Number 9 hitter in the lineup. That's right at the knees. Peas at the knees, as Kevin Westhouse likes to say. Ball 4 for Chapman. And now we'll get to the top of the lineup. First baseman Claire Brott will come up for St. Croix Falls.
She walked last time.
Claire Brott did walk. to lead off the game. She had a 0-2 count. And
Yep.
Brat sends one over to short. Schwans gets it, flips to third for the third out of the inning. And Aderman gets out of that one unscathed. Fielder's choice.
Well, I said it earlier, and I hate to jinx them, but they have been playing. They've been playing some really solid D in the field, and it
Hey.
really helps when you got someone that's as solid as Jordan Schwantz at shortstop. She's involved all the time, and she's super good. Obviously, going to how do you say it? Minnesota State at Mankato.
Yeah, they say Minnesota State.
In
Minnesota State, Mankato now.
my day, we called it MSU.
Yep. We always called it it was Mankato State.
Right,
That's what the name of it was. Mankato.
Yeah.
It was Mankato. I went there actually.
Oh,
Well, not for graduate degree. My wife and I lived in Jen and I lived in North Mankato.
nice.
Worked for KUIC TV down there.
Yeah, the famous Bill Gardner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perry Dyke.
I played golf with Perry Dyke last summer, and Jeff Poole, which is real good friends with Billy Gardner. I mean, sorry. Leading off the bottom of the second for your Wildcats, number 14, the third baseman, Ava Larson. Well, kind of what you were talking about, Paul, just at the end of the inning there. You want to be strong up the middle, and the Wildcats are. Like,
Yes.
stud catcher, stud shortstop, and a stud center fielder.
Yep.
So they are as strong as you can get up the middle defensively. Larson fouls one off the fists over on the baseball field. 0-1 the count. All ran the pitch. A little in the dirt. 1-1. Yeah, Riley Williamson behind the plate, lefty. She's got a good arm too. Allren looks in.
Oh, get
Larson hits a shot to right, but right at right fielder Jocelyn Scheiman makes the play. Larson F9. And now up for the Wildcats, the second baseman, number 6, Georgie Bingston. A little slider just outside. You could see that thing spinning.
Oh,
Bingston right back up the middle, fielded nicely by Allran for out number 2. Bingston. And now up for River Falls, the designated player, number 13, Sydney Kibble. And Morgan and Sydney, I'm assuming, are sisters, or are they cousins?
they're sisters. Yep.
And Sydney Kibble hits a rocket to left, but it was right at Maddie Johnson. Johnson hauls it in for the third out of the inning.
Yep. Sid's a freshman. Morgan's a sophomore, obviously.
Wildcats they have 3 seniors in Schwans, Torres, and Burke, but a pretty young squad otherwise, don't they?
Yeah, two juniors, a bunch of sophomores, and a bunch of freshmen. Yeah.
Yeah, once again, we'll take this time to say thanks to Team Dana and Jeremy Cudd with Property Executives Realty. Thanks for your support of River Falls Wildcats softball. Thanks to Johnny's Bar, downtown River Falls, Dave and Cheryl Dentman. And once again, River City Stitch on 2nd Street in River Falls and downtown Prescott, Wisconsin. River City Stitch for all your high school apparel. Go talk to Callie down at River City Stitch. 1-0 your score. St. Croix Falls scored in the top of the first. Wildcats have been silent in the first and second. And coming up for your lineup here for the Saints in the top of the third, you're going to have Maddie Johnson, Faith Allran, and Emily Glenna. That 3 helped produce a run in the top of the first. And for some reason, Paul, that I don't know why it is, but did you hear it in your ear too?
Yeah.
It's when you get the cell phones
Cell phone.
around these
Oh,
cords.
got it.
It's fine over there, but it's not that big a deal. But Aderman's first pitch fouled off.
We got the 2-hitter here now. Yep.
Yeah, by Maddie Johnson. Aderman blows it by her. 1-1's your count.
0-2, isn't it?
Or excuse me, 0-2, yeah.
First pitch was a foul.
Yep, foul ball. It does. It makes it tough to be a play-by-play when the scoreboard's not working.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff to remember.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Aderman sets, rocks, fires a little outside. Nice play by Torres. Torres has got good lateral movement back there, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I think Jordan, I feel like she had played 6 or 7 games last year and had 2 pass balls at that point. So she was super solid back there.
That was a backwards K for out number 1 for Wildcats. Now up, pitcher Faith Allran, she fouls it off.
I got a feeling Faith's a stud. She's the pitcher. She's batting third.
Yeah, she had the RBI single in the top of the first to give the only run of the game so far. Aderman fires, grounded to second, scooped up by Bankston over to first, and Morgan Kibble hauls that one in. Out number 2 for the Wildcats. Aderman's been on cruise control since about the third batter of the top of the first.
Yeah, it started off rough.
Now up for the Saints, the second baseman, number 57. You don't see that too often. Number 57, Emily Glenna.
No, actually, now that you say that, when I got those numbers from the coach, I was writing them down, and I was like, 57.
You had to take a double. You had to take a double look. That first one, just a little bit high, wasn't it?
Yep.
2-0.
Nope, high
That
and
one
then
in the
low.
dirt. Riley Williamson waiting on deck. 2 down here in the top of the third inning. Laced down the right side, but foul by about 5-6 feet. Danielle Pollinger hustles on over to the fence and picks that one up. 2-1 your count. Aderman rocks, fires just a little bit high. 3-1. That was right down the pipe when I guess there was 2. Oh, that foul ball over there.
Yep.
That was 2. So 1-2-3 inning for Audra Aderman. Wildcats head to the bottom of the third.
Yeah,
And
now we
we
got
have-
to get something going. We got number 9 up, Danny up,
Yeah, so we had
Danielle Pellinger's up. Yes.
Sydney flied out F7. The third is we got Danielle Pollinger, Lily Burke, and Jordan Torres. That sounds like some runs for the Wildcats right there. What happened with the that was
I turned mine off.
that was we're all right. So that was Maddie Johnson. Then Faith Aron, she grounded to second.
Grounded. I think it was strikeout, ground to second,
Yeah.
strikeout. I think.
Yeah, that was a 4-3. And then Emily Glenna, she struck out swinging.
And I don't think she thought there was 3 strikes, and I guess to be honest, I wasn't sure there was either.
Well, she sliced or she
Had the fall ball down
Yeah,
first, but
yeah.
I didn't remember another strike.
I didn't either, but Aderman with 4 strikeouts on the afternoon. Well, we're set here for the bottom of the third inning. Leading off for the Wildcats, the right fielder, number 25, Danielle Pollinger.
Nice.
Pollinger rips one through the hole, and she's sitting on first.
That's a nice hit.
She gets a little.
That's her first varsity hit, I think.
Well, congratulations to Danielle Pollinger, and our cameraman was all over that one. Good work.
He's all excited. Should be.
Now up for the Wildcats, the center fielder, Lily Burke.
Uh-oh.
Burke hits a shot to center. Get up and get out.
Nice.
Lily Burke rips one over the center field wall and gives the Wildcats a lead. Pollinger will score after her single, and Lily Burke, is that the first home run for the 2024 season?
Yep, she hit one just about off the fence against New Richmond, but I think she ended up with a double, I think. There was pretty strong wind. In comes Audra's personal catcher, Tori Prigge.
Is that Tori Prigge out there in center field?
No, he's right here. He's right
here.
below us.
Oh, he rode his bike over here. He was texting asking he didn't know if the game was at the bank or here today, and I said, no, it's at the high school. That one painted the black on the outside corner for the Wildcats now. The catcher, Jordan Torres. Yeah, Lily Burke squared that one up and
That was dead center.
hit a line drive home run over the center field wall.
I think that's the first lead we've had this year.
Hopefully many more to go, or many more to come. The Jet, Jordan Torres, is looking in, and that one is high. It's deep, and it is way out of here. I mean, that thing was over by 50 to 75 feet. That thing was gone as soon as it left the bat. Back-to-back home runs for the Wildcats, courtesy of Lily Burke and the Jet, Jordan Torres.
Well, and that's those are the two hits that we've needed, and they're they're getting cranked up now, and you can see the energy just when those kind of things happen. When Lily hit that one, and right away Jordan was like, "I'm hitting one."
It's like a dog, like Buster salivating for a treat. Next up for the Wildcats, been back-to-back homers, and the hacksaw Jordan Schwann's trying to make it a trifecta.
Well, we both know Jordan Schwantz well, and there's nothing she'd like better than to hit a home run after her two buddies just did.
She's thinking it.
Yep.
Allran rocks and fires the 0-1, low and in the dirt. 1-1 the count. And and actually, Paul, the best hit. Sometimes it's hard to do that in high school, but the best hitter is like the worst thing you can do is go up there and try to hit one out.
100%.
The home runs happen when you just square the ball up and it goes when it goes.
Yep.
But I guess the really, really good ones can tee off on it when they want. Allran.
Well, and a really big.
That's a good location there, Allran. Inside part of the plate, Schwann's fouled it off down there to left field. I think 1-2, I think the count. What were you about to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, you'll forget about it at the end of the game, but 2 home runs are big, but Danny's single to be on base for that was big too. That's a whole another run.
Oh, Schwann's pounds one just foul about 4 or 5 feet.
It looks similar to the one that she hit the coach with the other night. But
I have noticed Coach Smith when the hacksaw's at the plate, he kind of creeps over toward the fence a little more.
Well, that's smart.
He got a little gun shy.
I'd be further back than he is.
He is not in the coaching box. He's over. He's more over by the fence right now. Good eye by Schwann's, a little low and inside out in the dirt. 2-2 your count. Bottom of the third inning. Nobody out for the Wildcats here. We had a single by Danielle Pollinger and a 2-run homer by Burke, and then Torres backed that one up with a solo shot. Schwann's again tried to hit Coach Smith in the shin.
Well, so far from what I've seen of the St. Croix Falls pitcher, I'm pretty impressed. I heard she's a freshman, but I don't know that to be a fact.
Allran fires. Schwann's gets one up in the air.
Uh-oh.
And that one is gone.
Boy.
Back-to-back home runs for Burke, Torres, and Schwann's, and the Wildcats are up 4-1.
Like I said, before she got up, there was nothing she wanted more than that.
Well, Schwann's hit that one out of the park, and that one went off the fist. I mean, that will just show you how strong that girl is. And the coach is going to come out and take a little bit of a mound or a rubber visit here. that home run trifecta brought to you by Johnny's Bar. Johnny's Bar in downtown River Falls. Wildcat 150 raffle will be down there tonight from 7 to 9. Come down and say hi and help support River Falls High School athletic boosters. Wildcats up 4-1.
It's a little bit of old-time fast pitch history.
You're going to tell an Eddie Fainer story?
No, but I have played against him.
Have you really?
Yeah.
You're not that old.
Oh, I'm old. Yeah. But the coach out here.
My dad played against Eddie Fainer, but he's probably the same age as him, though.
Yeah, your dad's probably closer.
My dad's probably 74.
Yeah, I'm not that old. Close.
No.
But the St. Croix Falls coach, he plays fast pitch now up in Cushing.
Okay.
And he's got an uncle named Bart Hansen, I believe, who was a really good pitcher back in the day up there for, I think it was Kevin's Hardware or Kevin's Heating or something like that. We used to play him quite a bit.
Now up for the Wildcats, the first baseman, Morgan Kibble.
Morgan's got potential to hit one out, too. She's got a lot of power.
She's not hitting in the cleanup spot for nothing. Just low.
And the home runs are great.
Is it
but
1-1
we just
or
gotta
was that
keep
first
hitting.
pitch a strike?
I think that's 1-1.
1-1 your count. Allran delivers. That's high and outside. 2-1. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. Wildcats up 4-1. You can see it right there on your scoreboard. If you're watching out there, that grounder to third snuck through the webbing of Chapman, and Kivel will reach base on an error. Torres Schwann's home run. I'm going to update the and now up for the Wildcats, left fielder Alexis Ralston takes a strike on the outside corner. She squared to bunt, pulled it back. Morgan Kibble on first. Ralston at the plate. Allran on the hill on the rubber for the Saints. Ralston lays down a great bunt, and there's no way they're going to get her. Ralston quick as a Wildcat down the line. That's an infield single. And Kibble will move to second. And now up for the Wildcats, the third baseman, Ava Larson. 2 on, nobody out. Wildcats already plated 4 on a sun-drenched afternoon here in River Falls, Wisconsin at Aderman Field. All ran high and outside on first pitch.
You never know. My sister is listening. She rarely misses a game, but I think she's going to the Chris Stapleton concert tonight.
Geez, that's
she's watching, I think, on the ride into the concert.
What's your sister's name?
Peggy. Yep. Not too many. All these kids playing here.
We could name it. What's her last?
Aderman. Yeah.
Okay. It could be the Peggy Alderman or Aderman Field.
She'd probably want a better parking lot, though. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Well, it can be Peggy Aderman Field until somebody steps up and names it. Naming rights opportunities abound here at River Falls High School on the campus of Kitty City.
I love those shirts that
I do
Smith
too.
got him. Those Kitty City Energy.
I love them.
I told Audra, I'm like, he has any extras of those? I want to buy one.
I gotta head down to River City Stitch and buy one of those bad boys.
Oh, is that where he got them?
I mean, I'm assuming so.
Those are probably some of the coolest shirts I've seen. I think, maybe the first year Krill was here, they had some pretty cool football shirts too, if I remember right.
That one's, Larson hits one right center, dropped. And Kibble comes around all the way to score from second after that one dropped. So we're going to call, was that what you think, E8?
Yep, I would say E8.
So Larson, E8. And we got to get a run here.
Must be 5, huh?
Yep. 5-1 your score. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Nice bunt there by Bankston. Nobody at home at first. And Bankston picks up the infield single.
I love the bunting. I'm way more old school than a lot of people nowadays on bunting. I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's you're putting pressure on the defense. Coach Smith talked about that in the preseason coaches show, but it was a race to 21 outs, and you're making them make a play.
Yep.
Sydney Kibble at the plate. She laces one foul.
So she went way left the first time, right?
Yeah.
Flew out left, then she went right.
Yeah, Kibble. Yeah, she flew out to
Left fielder.
for shortstop, I guess. Wait a minute. Sorry,
no, she hit
that was sister.
Yeah, she hit that long
Yeah.
line drive to the left fielder.
Yeah. Bases are full of Wildcats and designated player Sydney Kibble at the plate for the Wildcats. Wait, what grade is Sydney, a freshman?
She's a freshman.
And River Falls has a young team.
Yeah. Yeah, Sydney plays hockey too. She I think she kind of went back and forth a little bit between JV and varsity this year.
Well, right now I guess we can see it from the press box, but there's a hard hit single up the middle for Kibble. One run is in. Another one scores. That's number 14, Ava Larson. So Sydney Kibble.
She hit that hard.
Yeah, she drilled that one. Single, 2 RBI. We got to put 2 more runs on the board for the Wildcats. 7-1, that's your score. Bottom of the third. And we're at the point where it all started. Right fielder Danielle Pollinger led this inning off. We've batted around. Pollinger started this off with a hard hit single through the hole, and the Wildcats have yet to get an out.
Yeah, this is a breakout we needed.
Pollinger squares around a bunt. She pulls it back, and I think she got hit on the foot. She did. And Pollinger will head to first base. She'll get the RBI. No, excuse me. There was only – excuse me, there were just 2 on. Bases are now full. What's the head coach's name? You just said his name.
I think it's Clayton Hansen.
Clayton Hansen coming out to talk to the ump to see kind of what the – I don't think the coach thought she got hit in the foot. I think I heard it.
I heard something I couldn't see through the catcher, I guess. Well, and this would be something. 2 home runs in 1 inning for Lily Burke.
Well, Lily Burke had a 2-run home run as the second batter of the inning. That first pitch outside by Allran. And right now, bases are full of Wildcats. Burke taking a look at the 1-0 pitch from Allran. Outside, ball 2. Coach Matt Smith giving some encouragement from the third base coach's box, telling her to square it up and hit a line drive. Ball 3, pass ball. And number 6, Georgie Bankston, stays put at third. Kind of excited for the Purdue basketball game today, Purdue and NC State.
You know,
we got a little. There were our picks, so
NC State.
No.
Oh, Purdue.
Purdue. If
I was going to say,
if they win, it would be nice for the group I'm in.
Yeah. So that's 1 more run.
Yeah.
Greg?
Lily Burke gets a walk, forces in another run. 8-1 your score in the bottom of 3. Boy, this third inning in my book has taken up. We're on the 4th line now. Jordan Torres at the plate. She homered earlier this inning. Wildcats, if you're just joining us, had back-to-back-to-back home runs here in the bottom of the 3rd by Burke, Torres, and Schwanz. Allran gets a strike on the outside part of the plate. Torres muscles a single through the hole. She'll pick up another RBI. me go change up the score there. 9-1, that's your score. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Boy, Allran was throwing a pretty good game heading into the top of the third. St. Croix Falls was up 1-0. Wildcat bats were quiet, and we got to get a name for those three. Burke, Torres, and Schwanz. We'll get a name for them here coming up before the next game. After that trifecta, boy, the floodgates opened up.
Yeah, no kidding. And, I really haven't noticed that the pitcher's doing anything a lot different. I actually feel like we're starting to get a little more confidence, playing a little looser.
Yeah.
Because there's no question that this.
And we were putting the bat on the ball in the first couple innings. They just, defense played well. Another thing when you talk softball too, you get an error at third, error out, and there's you give teams extra outs, and it makes it tough.
Yeah, it should be 2 outs, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, and you had a couple of bunts. You had a first baseman came in, nobody was covering the bag. It was, it's a hit in the book, but it's kind of a mental error as well.
Yep.
And I guess I should say that the second baseman wasn't covering.
Second
first.
baseman didn't cover, yeah. Looks like Jason Schwantz and Ray Ralston out there in the outfield. Left.
In right center?
No,
or left?
I think they're in left.
Schwantz fouls one back that hits the asphalt.
Be funny if Jordan could hit one to him and see if he could catch it.
I always like pitching. There were certain parts that where they had pavement around the field and the foul balls would hit and they'd throw them back in and you'd get a scuffed up ball when you're pitching.
Yeah,
I always like that. Schwantz draws a walk, gets the RBI. And next up, the first baseman, number 11, Morgan Kibble.
Is that one more?
Yep.
It's a good thing you're doing that because I wouldn't have any idea what the score is.
10-1, that's your score, Paul. Bottom of third, bottom of three. Allran gets a strike. Still nobody out.
Well, and you don't get many chances to get, a couple of bats like that in a short time as a batter, so that's super helpful too.
Faith Allran with 2 quick strikes to Kibble. Alexis Ralston on deck for River Falls. Kibble rips one up the middle. She's going to plate 2 more Wildcats. 12-1, that's your score. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the third.
While you're taking notes, Greg, I just want to take a second and say hi to my mom. I think she's down watching in Lake Crystal, Minnesota. And I think my son Andrew, who's going to school down in Mankato, I think he ran over to her place to watch the game with her. So I'm sure she's excited watching the game, but she's probably more excited that Andrew's hanging out with her.
Well, Andrew, he probably doesn't even know this, but Andrew was probably one of the first kids that I met when I moved to town about 20 years ago. He was, well, maybe it wasn't that long ago, but
15 probably. Yeah.
Well, I say we moved, but I take that back. But he was on my oldest daughter's t-ball team.
Yeah, I remember that.
Back in the day.
Yep.
Coaches were Paul Aderman and Rick Flood.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Holy mackerel.
They were 4 and 5, I think.
We wouldn't be able to fit in those clothes.
Ralston at the plate. Alexis Ralston at the plate for the Wildcats. She takes a strike at the knees. Jordan Schwann's at second. Morgan Kibble at first. Ralston takes the ball outside. Faith Allran still on the rubber for the St. Croix Falls Saints. Ralston hits one to short, fielded nicely by Olivia Scheiman. She flips to third for the first out of the inning. And next up for the Wildcats, number 14, the third baseman, Ava Larson. Larson hit a high shot to center earlier this inning. Not fielded well. It was an error, and nice strike on the inside part of the plate for Allran. Speaking of Andrew Aderman, he just popped in. He just popped in on the live chat.
Oh, did he?
He is at Grandma Aderman's house.
Oh, nice.
Well, I'm going to say this, too. This is a true story, Paul. I've been to, is it Lake Crystal days?
Yep.
Is that what they call it?
Yep. Used to be rodeo days when I
Ro-
was young, but
Yeah. What would have been
Duck-
called in like
duck
the
days?
late 90s?
duck days, I think,
Yeah, that's a good time down there. I stayed at Billy Gardner's house.
out at the chicken coop.
Yep. There's probably still golf balls in his cornfield. We hit golf balls out there late at night. Into the field.
I think that's the local place to watch the NFL games on Sunday. Is at Billy's.
Larson takes a called third strike on the outside part of the plate. And with 2 down, it brings up the second baseman, Georgie Bingston. High and away. Allran gets on the rubber, rocks, and fires high and outside. Is that the JV team out there warming up?
Yep.
Out
Yes.
there in center field. I guess you can't see them now, but Bingston awaits. That one looked pretty good, but
It
a
did
little low. Maybe
did
a little
look
low.
good.
I think 2-0. Your count. Bingston in the box, takes a strike. Allran fires it right down the middle.
Well, she's throw a lot of pitches this inning, and she doesn't look like she's letting up though. She doesn't look
No.
discouraged, so that's encouraging.
I think that's some nice tail to it. 2-2, that's your count. 3-2, the umpire says. Bingston hits a chopper to short, fielded by Olivia Scheiman, and that's the third out of the inning. So the Wildcats send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 batters to the plate. In the bottom of the third, they get 12 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On 9 hits, they get 12 run on 9 hits.
Wow.
3 of those big hits, home runs, courtesy of Lily Burke, Jordan Torres, and Jordan Schwans. Wildcats up big 12-1, heading into the top of the fourth, and we'll change that right here.
I see the field umpires out there talking to Audra. I used to play fast pitch against him and with him a lot. He played for Baldwin, and like all of us, it'd be hard to believe right now that he was a quick as a cat shortstop.
Fast and nimble.
He was. He you know, like all of us, he doesn't necessarily look like it right now, but he was in his day. There's no question about it.
Do they? So in high school softball, do they require every infielder has to wear the mask, or
Nope.
Or
Nope. It's,
just
it's
the-
optional. Catcher has
Okay.
to.
in the pitcher too? Or
I don't think
Okay.
anybody else has to. I
well,
haven't.
if I was a pitcher, I for sure would. But there's some rockets that come back at you.
Yeah, I would say
Third.
like New Richmond, first, second, and short didn't have a face mask on, but pitcher, third, and catcher did. I don't know why you wouldn't myself, but I'm sure it's a little aggravating. But
32. So we got catcher Riley Williamson leading off for the Saints here in the top of the fourth inning. And for the JV parents that are either tuning in now or will be tuning in, we're going to let the broadcast go. They're going to play a 3-inning game on
I think so.
Is that right?
Yep.
So we'll let the broadcast go, and then if we'll just high fly ball to center, hit pretty well, got up in the wind. Riley Williamson gave that one a ride. Nice play in center by Lily Burke, right at the wall for out number one.
yeah, I think it was drifting quite a bit.
Riley Williamson, F8, and her sister, center fielder Quinn Williamson, now at the plate for St. Croix Falls. One down, Aderman fires, just a little low. 1-1 the count. Does Audrey did she like the number 1, or was it that's just the jersey she got?
I think last year she was so skinny, she got the smallest one she could get. It just happened to be number 1, I think.
Well, it still fits. That one's right down the gut. What are you looking for, Harper? On the chat?
No, I want to be on this thing.
Oh, you want to have a head?
I want a headset.
Oh, you do. Okay. Well, there was a Quinn Williamson draws a walk. Are you not introducing the batters anymore out there?
Well, I feel like everyone knows who they are now. I've gone through ours like a million times. Watch out.
Olivia Scheiman at the plate for the Saints. Shortstop. 1 on, 1 out. Scheiman at the plate. Aderman on the rubber. Rocks, fires, blows it right past her. We have 1 down here in the top of the 4th inning. We're joined up here in the booth by Harper Sure. She's been doing public address announcer duties and doing a heck of a job, Harper. Do you want to say hi? Well, you have to have a plan, though. Like just kind of like you have a plan at the plate. You have to have a plan in the broadcast booth. What are you going to say?
I'm just going to talk about the game.
Okay.
Like what you do.
Well, I tell you what.
No, I'll do.
No, I'll get a. Well, here's what we're gonna get this. Let me make the next inning, next top of the inning. We'll do it. But then the fans won't get to hear the players get introduced. So that's the only bad thing about that. So next up, this is number 15, Paul.
Yep.
Yes. Yep. So this is right fielder Jocelyn Scheiman.
Yeah, 12 struck out.
Yeah. So 2 down.
Yep.
And 1 on.
Yep.
Top of 4. Wildcats up 12-1. They had all 12 of their runs scored in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They busted out in a big way. Aderman sends that one a little bit high. I see the Wildcat JV squad. I don't see the St. Croix Falls JV team.
It'll be the same team.
Oh, okay.
So they got a couple people on the bench. They didn't have enough for 2 teams. So
I gotcha. So they probably have a pretty young squad, too.
I think so. Yeah.
So how do you want to do that pitch? A little 3-2. That's your count. A little inside. You want to have Steve come up? You want to do the play-by-play, or you guys you want to practice doing that?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
we can. Oh,
Jocelyn Shipman draws a walk. Or excuse me, Scheiman. And with 2 on, 2 out, brings up the 3rd baseman, Larissa Chapman. Aderman blows that one by her. 0-1 your count.
yeah, Udder was going pretty good there for a while, but I wonder if that long sit down kind of.
Yeah, you kind of lose your groove a
Yeah.
little bit on the rubber. 0-2 to Larissa Chapman. Aderman rocks, lets her go, and that one's right down the pipe.
Tager. Yep.
Torres tags her out. Chapman,
That must have had a little curve on it.
yeah, a little backward K, and that would be Aderman has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ks on the afternoon today. We got to go to bottom of 4. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this up here. Say thanks to Johnny's Bar, but I'm going to go get another mic. Hold on just a second, Harper.
we're just adding another color person to our staff here.
Sup?
Harper, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Well, Harper, what do you have to say? What was going through your mind when the Wildcats, when Burt, Torres, and Schwanz hit back-to-back home runs?
Pretty unbelievable. I mean, I'm not surprised from them.
Yeah, well, who would be?
I don't know.
Well, we're adding Harper Schurz to the broadcast here. She's our second color commentator. Harper was doing the public address announcer duties. She grew tired of that over the 4-inning span, and her attention came. Now she's in the booth with us, alongside Paul Aderman. I'm Greg Peters, along with Harper Schurz. Steve Pollinger on camera. His daughter Danielle got her first varsity Wildcat hit. Whoop, we're gonna. We got number.
I think it's. I don't think we
Yeah,
have.
I don't have. So
that's,
you have to help me out
yep.
here.
So we got Meredith Emery. She's a sophomore.
Excuse me, Harper. Move over just a hair. There you go. Meredith Emery.
Yep, Meredith
Yeah.
Emery is in.
Yeah, Meredith got her first hit at New Richmond on Thursday.
Yep.
I saw Meredith's mom when I was walking back from the track meet at UWRF earlier today. I saw her in the parking lot at Dick's Fresh Market.
Oh, Kirsten.
Standing in the box there, the left-handed number 9, she looks a little bit like Roy Hobbs.
Meredith Emery.
Emery, yeah, she draws a walk.
Next up, we got Kenna Cook. She is a sophomore as well. When they got the helmet on, it's hard for me to tell, but I can almost tell by the way they walk.
You probably coached some of these girls, huh?
I think I've coached every girl on this team in some sort of a game except for Lily Burke and Jordan Schwantz. Otherwise, every one of them I've coached in some format.
Kenna Cook takes a big hack. Nice throw down to first. Meredith Emery slides back in. She's safe. Nobody out. One on. Bottom of 4. Wildcats up 12-1. That's your score. Faith Allran fires that one right to the glove. I can't see the ball. The umpire's left hand was in front of his head. I think it's either 2-2 or 1-2. One of the.
No, it might be 2-2. I should do a better job of paying attention.
No, that's okay.
Prescott.
We got to get the scoreboard working.
Yeah. Prescott just beat this team like 18-1. I was at the game before this.
Mm.
It was the Saints.
You playing travel ball,
Yeah.
Harper? Kenna Cook draws a walk. 2 on, nobody out. It brings up the center fielder, Lily Burke. She's singled in the first. Homered, two-run homer in the second, and then she also had a walk in the second. So she is 2 for 2 with a home run, a single, and 2 RBI. Actually, 3 RBI if you count the walk. Strike on the outside part of the plate.
I feel like they always take the first pitch. That's just a pattern or something.
Oh, she laid off that, I guess.
Yeah, they're saying she didn't go around, so 1-1.
Oh, that.
Eric, the umpire over at short, says she did not swing. 1-1 to Burke. And Allran gets ready to deliver. Right back at you. Almost hits Harper in the head.
Harper, I saw you duck. I thought you'd just call that. You just got to say, got it.
Yeah, that scared me.
Gary Lubick's tuning in, watching from the American Legion.
He was Citizen of the Year, wasn't he?
He was. He is.
Or is
He's
Citizen of the
currently. Burke hits a shot to right field. That's going to fall in.
Bases loaded.
And the bases are loaded for the Jet, Jordan Torres. Torres had a fielder's choice in the first and homered in the second, and she also had a RBI single also in the third.
Looks like
She's
Riley Johnson. Riley Johnson is going to run for Lily Burke. Riley's a sophomore. I think a home run here would end the game.
I mean,
Is
you
it
never
15
know.
runs after 4?
15 after 3, 12 after 4, I think. 10 after 5. Actually, 1 run would probably do it, right?
Torres 2 for 3 on the afternoon, including now she's 3 for 4 with 2 more RBI.
She smoked that too.
She did. She ripped that one through the hole.
McKenna and Meredith
Burke.
scored.
What
scored.
did Lily Burke do?
She got on base. She got
With
to
walk?
first.
No, she singled.
Singles
She singled,
right
that's
field.
And
Yeah.
then Torres had a
This is-
single, 2 RBI.
Diana Lothar, she's a sophomore. She's going in to run for Jordan Torres.
And with 2 on and nobody out, brings up Jordan Schwann. Schwann's rips one down the line. Schwann's hits another single.
What is she?
Schwann's was she had grounded out, or excuse me, she reached on an error in the first, and then she homered and walked, and then now singled. So she is
2 for 3.
2 for 3.
Wait, how is she 2 for 3? Oh, she just got hits.
There's a shot up the middle. Nice play by Allran. They worked
Nice.
a double play. Your unconventional 1, 2, 3 double play
Nice play by all 3 of them.
for the Saints. Who was that? Who was at the plate there?
Morgan Kivel.
That was Morgan Kittle.
Next up is Alexis
Oh, I got
Ralston.
to switch this here. This is 14. Alexis Ralston takes one high and outside. Kibble. Double play.
She may be short, but she's definitely mighty.
That's true.
Great color commentary from 7th grader Harper Schurz.
She's
Ground
fast.
ball to third, and Ralston
It's safe.
just breezes through an infield. I bet Ralston gets a ton of infield hits, doesn't she?
She's quick. She's
Boy, that-
quick. And she's really fun to watch play hockey. Man, is she tough
Yeah.
for her size. Jeez.
Did a run score there, or was it just?
Yeah, I think Diana Lothar scored.
Number 14, Ava Larson singles to center. Jordan Schwanz comes in to score. That ball's going to roll all the way to the wall. For Schwanz scored to make it 16-1. Wildcats in front, bottom of 4. And now up, second baseman Georgie Bankston. Runners at second and third. 2 down. Ball 1 from Allran. Bankston takes one outside, ball 2. Allran caught the inside part of the plate. 2-1 the count.
Looks a little too inside for me. I personally would have taken that too.
Yeah. Schurz would have taken that one. 2-2, that's your count. Bankston at the plate. Have you ever met Georgie Bankston's dog, Buster?
Yeah.
Do you like him?
Yeah.
Scott Mann's tuning in from Tennessee. He says hello, everybody from the South. Good to have you aboard, Scott.
Full count.
Allred had some juice on that fastball. Bankston fouls it back, almost straight back.
And she's walked.
Yep. Georgia Bankston walks out, loads the bases.
What do you think the over/under on their pitcher's pitch count is?
Let's say it's got to be somewhere around 110 or something.
I think it's right at 87.
Okay.
I just looked at their game changer.
Allred hits a strike for pitch number 88 right on the outside part of the plate. This is Meredith Emery, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
She led the inning off. She walked and scored. Fouls that one off, kind of squibs it down third. Her dad Scott's got to be in the got to be here in the crowd, I would assume.
Yep,
Yeah.
he's right down here talking to Tori Prigge.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that pair's. You got to watch out for that pair. Coach Emery and the rest of the UWRF football team had a heck of a year this past fall.
Yeah, Matt Walker's down here too, I saw. He's the coach for the.
And Allred gets a strikeout. And that'll do it for the Wildcats in the bottom of the fourth inning. We're going to head to the top of the fifth. I guess they just keep playing, I suppose, if both coaches agree.
You know, maybe that's maybe.
Oh, Lilyberg's not going to center.
Nope, I think it's Riley Johnson.
Doing some changes, I think.
Looks like Kenna Cook is headed out to the outfield. She must be going to right field.
We have to get a full team roster typed up and just have it sitting up here on the booth. So if for some crazy reason you're not here, I wouldn't even know.
I can work on that.
I'll be here almost every game, so.
I can go on Max Preps too, for the visiting teams. Sometimes that's right, and sometimes it's not. But
Audra pitching her 5th inning.
Yep, this is 5th. Yep.
top of 5.
So far, it looks like they have 1 hit.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Harper, your dad, Coach Shears, has played in the celebrity. Okay. Yeah, Riley Johnson's down center field, McKenna Cook in right field. That's some.
I think I said that.
The sports information department for the River Falls softball team brought up the information that Riley Johnson is now in center and McKenna Cook is in right. Paul Aderman trumped him with his knowledge. All right, leading off for the Saints here in the top of the 5th. It is number
5. So
number 5, Claire Brott. She's the leadoff hitter for the Saints. Aderman's second pitch a little low. Harper, do you like the bat that Maddie Johnson has on deck? Brott hits a fly ball to right. That's going to drop right in the middle for a single.
Not really, because I have the bat that she just swung. I don't really like DeMarini bats in my opinion.
Oh.
I would like Ghosts, Eastons.
Left fielder Maddie Johnson now at the plate for the Saints. Is this a rainbow-colored bat? Is that a DeMarini?
Yeah.
Aderman's first pitch to Johnson a little low. So Audrey Aderman just, let's see, 1, 2, 4 walks, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Ks on the day. And I believe just 1 hit.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 1 hit, 4 walks, and 6 Ks.
Audra's having a good day
I'll take
today.
that every day if I'm Coach Matt Smith. Nice inside fastball by Aderman.
The good thing about Audra, she doesn't freak out on the mound when things don't go her way.
Very composed.
She might, but she just doesn't let anybody see it.
That's right.
Yeah, on the inside.
It's an important part of pitching, Harper, staying even keeled on the rubber. Don't get too high, don't get too low. Johnson draws a walk. Oh, excuse me, two hits.
Yep, they just got that one this inning.
Yeah, 2 hits. Says Brott had a hit, Johnson walked. Pass ball, runners advance. And now at the plate for St. Croix Falls, the pitcher, Faith Allran. She's getting pretty close to that 100 pitch mark, and she was not Audra, but Faith Allran.
Yeah, I would say.
How many pitches do you think Audra threw?
She's probably around that maybe 60 or so. Wildcats in a rundown. Oh, we heard a good story from Jordan Schwans on the. Let's see. Let me write that in. All ran with a fielder's choice. Heard a good story from Schwans on the preseason coaches show where they were practicing their hot box rundowns, and Schwans accidentally tackled somebody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
Heads up! Look out!
I think it was Diana Lothar. Yeah.
Lothar.
Geez, we don't want our cameraman to get hurt over there. Our director of photography, Steve Pullinger, was hiding behind the camera on that foul ball. As number 57, Emily Glenna, takes a strike from Aderman. See what just happened right there? The number 5 for the Wildcats just went to go get that foul ball, but just instead of having to go around, she just slid right through that track there. I couldn't have done that.
No, we can't make it.
I would have not made that even
was
remotely close.
Diana.
Aderman a little high and inside. Bases are full of Saints. 16-1. That's your score here in the top of the 5th inning. It's been all Wildcats in the 3rd and the 4th.
Full count here.
Good strike by.
Oh, kind of unconventional. That girl going to third held up. I think we could have got her, but that's not usually where you go with that play.
Yeah, Ava Larson fired to the plate for the first out. That was Glenna. Glenna, fielder's choice, 5-2. And this brings up the catcher, Riley Williamson. And I was looking down at what happened there. That
ground ball to first, and she took it to first instead of going home. So we got the two outs now.
Yeah, Saints get one there. That was Riley Williamson had a.
Is that a hit if someone still gets home?
Oh. They got 2 there.
3. Oh, 4.
She played as a fielder's choice, and then that was Quinn.
Single.
That was Quinn Williamson had a single, 2 RBI single. RBI. So 16-4 your score, and number next up for the Saints, shortstop Olivia Scheiman. Runner at first. That's Quinn Williamson. Aderman the pitch, swing and miss.
So used to over the years, like when you yell "going" or something, So I know I can't yell into this. So I'm.
Well, we for the girls basketball broadcast, and Aderman gets a strikeout on. That was Olivia Scheiman. So Olivia Scheiman, that was okay. 7th strikeout of the game, and they're going to call, and that's the game right there. 16-4. That's your final score. Wildcats get the win this afternoon. Audra Aderman the win on the mound. The game highlighted at the plate by back-to-back-to-back home runs by Burke, Torres, and Schwans. Wildcats played 16 runs today. give up a couple there late in the fifth inning to end it. Stick around. I'm guessing the teams will probably take a little bit of break. We're going to keep the broadcast rolling because there's going to be a JV game. They're going to play a 3-inning game. We're just going to kind of keep it rolling.
3 innings.
I think so.
seems-
You're not a big fan of that?
I can play more innings than that.
Well-
Of you.
Maybe the players are tired, Harper.
But they haven't played a game yet. Did they?
Well, I think it's going to be some of the varsity players, but
Oh, yeah.
Harper's not a big fan of it. But no matter the case, the Wildcats and Saints will square off in another 3-inning game with the JV squads. We're just going to leave the broadcast rolling. We can maybe take a break if you want, and
Yeah.
if Steve wants to come up or what?
Sure, we'll figure something out. Whatever you guys want to do. But I just want to take a second, Greg, on behalf of all the parents and the grandparents. For those of you that don't know, Greg does not have any kids that play softball, and he spearheaded setting all this up because he's an all-around great guy in the community. He volunteers all the time, but he did all the legwork along with Kevin Westhouse, the Godfather, as Greg calls him.
The Godfather.
I don't know. Kevin's kids have to have been out of school about 10 years by now, haven't they?
Yeah, his kids have kids already.
Right.
He's not only the Godfather, he's also the grandfather.
And he still is, week in and week out, setting all this stuff up and working with the First National Bank.
The amount of time that guy puts in is just it's almost comical, but he enjoys it for sure. Yeah, no, and it actually, kind of how it started really actually was Chantel, Jordan Torres' mom and former Wildcat softball coach. She asked about it and stuff, and we're like, well, and you kind of, hey, it's going to be tough here, or there's going to be some hurdles, but, you get over them. Where there's a will, there's a way. Cheryl Swans was also they're always good about staying on you and asking.
I was on the softball board with Cheryl and Chantel, and I would say when we talk about pitch counts, if I think like texts between the two of them to me on what we should be doing next and how soon are we going to do it, it's right around 400 or 500, the over/under from each one of them, and I'd say they're almost tied.
Yeah,
but they're both awesome people too.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, we're excited to do it. We haven't, we have done I guess this wasn't technically the first River Falls softball game because we have done a few out when they were out at First National Bank of River Falls Field because we had the setups out there to do it.
Right.
But just the biggest thing is just getting internet out here. So, but luck of the draw, the hot spot we had today did not work, but lo and behold, again, the Godfather, where there's a will, there's a way. We're using Steve Pollinger's hotspot on his phone, and it worked great.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know what the people at home could see. It might just be me and you talking.
You can. Yeah, we're looking at it.
Yeah, but
we can see it.
Well, and I think I'm pretty sure.
Do you have to pay for hotspots?
Well, technically, yes. On your cell phone bill, your dad would pay for yours.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Do you
wonder
pay
how
your
much-
dad back for your cell phone?
No.
Well, you should. Do you mow the yard?
Not.
Well, you could this summer.
Yeah. Well, there was just. Snow,
We could think
so-
of ways while we're waiting in between games. We could think of all the things that you could do for chores to help out your mom and dad at the house. Be thinking of those. Think of some good chores. You like to clean the bathrooms or mow the yard?
I don't like to clean.
You don't?
No.
She was pretty excited about doing this color commentary
She
until
was.
Greg fired up these questions, and then
Yeah.
the enthusiasm just went right out of her body.
What position do you play, Harper?
Pitcher.
You are a pitcher. All right.
Yeah.
We can always use those.
Yes, lots of them.
Pitchers are that's a good thing to have. Well, speaking of pitching, sophomore Audra Aderman pitched to Dandy today. She had 7 strikeouts. Wildcats gave up a couple there in the last inning, but they prevail 16-4. They get their first win on the season, 1-3. Correct? Is
Yes.
that right?
Yep. 1-3.
1-3. And who do the Wildcats have next?
Eau Claire. Tuesday, Thursday.
Memorial or North?
I think it's North.
Yeah, North has the good, pretty solid pitcher. Is that Maddie Parker pitches for North?
I always get those two confused.
I think she does. But North will probably be a pretty decent team too.
Yeah, I think Hudson beat them pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, we played North. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Hudson beat one of them pretty good last week in both games. They
Okay.
beat them pretty good in both games.
There's Lynn Aderman.
Oh yeah.
Boy, she looks kind of like. I mean, in those sunglasses that she has on, she looks like a movie star.
I think the same.
Good gracious. I mean, when like people walk into a park, I mean, just all the attention. I mean, it's just the eyes just go right there. I mean, that's the way it is with that lady.
Well, she's certainly fun. Well, should we take a little break before
Sure.
these next guys start up?
Yeah, we'll take
See
a little
what-
break.
see what Steve
we're just
wants to
gonna
do.
we're just gonna keep it sitting right here, and when the JV girls get ready to go, we'll be back and bring you the junior varsity action. We'll be back in a little bit. Thanks for joining us here on the River Falls YouTube Broadcasting Network.
Bye.